So good afternoon. I'm going to do a little presentation on the Department of Justice. So the Department of Justice is made up of a lot of different agencies. The first one is the Office of Inspectors Generals. They do types of investigations within the federal agency. So types of corruption and stuff like that. This specific office would do some investigations to make sure that it's not occurring, and then if it is, it gets punished correctly. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and then Explosives, what they do is they just regulate all of these materials and then make sure that explosives are being given to the correct people so that it's not being a danger to society. The DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, they deal with like narcotics and drugs, making sure that any drugs that are coming into the country are dealt with. You can never control completely the drugs, but you can keep as much as you can off the streets. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, they investigate crimes throughout the nation and make sure that anything serious gets thoroughly investigated so that if a crime did occur, the person gets punished correctly. Um, Federal Bureau of Prisons, they just manage the prisons, making sure that they're not dangerous and that they're functioning correctly. The United States Marshal Service, they're basically like the federal police officers, so they have nationwide jurisdictions. And the first person that kind of popped up into my mind are like the air marshals, the people that are on planes that are allowed to carry guns, and they protect the people that are in planes. And then lastly, it's just the Office of Professional Responsibility. So they are like the attorneys that will kind of defend the anybody who seems to be caught up in legal issues or something illegal does occur within these federal agencies. So next, I chose to work for the FBI. So when I first kind of researched into them, it seemed really interesting, and it was like a really good opportunity to research and to be able to investigate into some pretty interesting cases. Um, I found it interesting how they also can go to different parts of the world to make sure that if a crime occurs in the United States and then goes to another place, they kind of follow that investigation. Some specific jobs that I found were uh, special agents, also some forensic examiners, and then something that I'm going into is just cybersecurity. Um, so they're like IT specialists, which are yet again IT forensic examiners. The agency that's hiring, there's a process, the pay and the benefits that come. The hiring process to get hired to work for the FBI. It's a very extensive process. There was a testimony from a current employee that's working. He took 12 months to go through the entire process. So it's a very popular job. There's 10,000 applicants, and there's only about 500 to 750 special agents that get chosen to do their job. The good thing about it is the pay is about 70 grand to $170,000. So it's a very good pay grade. And uh, after researching a little bit into it, they have a lot of like good employee benefits, for example, healthcare benefits, insurance programs, some flexible spending accounts, which I'm not super familiar with, and then some federal thrifty savings plans. Next, what I really enjoyed was some other benefits, especially just this last one. You guys are probably familiar with the first two, but this last one is the public safety officers benefit. So it covers all federal, state, and local enforcement officers, firefighters, and people that protect the nation. And it what it does is if they lose their life in the line of duty, then they're covered by this program, meaning that a lot of things are paid for. They won't have to worry about um, having to pay for the funeral or other expenses. So that's my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Here's all the references, and most of them were just the images as well as the information that I pulled. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day.